Hi there, Libra. It is your time for your next 3-day messages, something that your spirit team wants you to know. I am Kim. Thank you for joining me today. I am going to use a new deck that I got for you all, along with some other ones that I've had. But this is the Glyph Sacred Symbols Oracle. And you'll have to excuse me if I have to turn to the guidebook. Usually it'll take me a couple of days and I'll learn them. But let's get started. Okay, so opening up to your spirit team, your spirit guides, and your angels for these messages. Just know that they are always coming from pure intent. My intent is that they're aligned with your highest good. Okay, Glyph. What do you have for Libra? What do you have for Libra? Oh, and I've not gotten that one before. Oh, beautiful. I love this for you because you are Libra and you're just a sign that represents balance, the scales. But we have yin and yin yang here, so dynamic. It's the dynamic duo. Wow. Okay, I like that with you for sure. New moon with beginnings, and you got the wings card, which I have not drawn for anybody yet or for any sign yet, and it says elevation 46 and wings, elevation, new moon, beginnings, and number 1. And the number 1 we know is the magician in the tarot. So it looked to me, without even going to, just before we go into the book, I'm just looking at this thinking that you need to set an intention here. You need to state an intention, maybe having to do something with this king energy, with action, of what action you plan to take as you elevate, because that's what you're going to be doing, is elevating. And so the new moon the new moon, renewal, potential, new beginnings, marking the start of a month or a significant cycle in your life. Cultivate and nurture a mindset that creates fertile ground for new seeds to flourish. Are there any patterns you can identify which are hindering a new cycle? So this is also maybe a time for reflection on what cycles are closing out and which ones are beginning. It does say make space for growth and new opportunities. And I'm getting an earth angel vibe here with this wings. You're getting your wings. Reminds me of those pins, those like Delta flying pins or pilot pins. Maybe you're actually flying somewhere. So yeah, maybe you're actually flying somewhere. It says take a flight here. Okay, so wings. Not only are you getting your wings here, growth, you've earned some wings, but this is about transcendence beyond earthly limitations. So I'm thinking of that sublimation card that's in Kim Krans' deck, where you are going to have the ability to transcend an earthly problem, a worry, or concern. Right, okay, the wings are also signifying divine beings, which I feel that is what you are. Ability to traverse, ability to traverse between realms. Growth into spiritual enlightenment and higher consciousness. In Christian theology, winged angels symbolize messengers of God, combining divine guidance and protection. And if you receive this card, you are going to be rising above your current situation. it's the perfect time to make life changes, you know, that are suitable with this new growth, or it's just like, it's more like elevation, like you're being, what's the word I'm looking for? Exalted by the Most High here. Your dreams and visions were given to you for a reason. Oh, I like that one. Your dreams and visions were given to you for a reason. So that might be what you're elevating into. And then it went right to the yin yang, which of course we know about the yin yang, right? The yin, the black, the yang, the white. Yin representing feminine forces, nurturing, receptive. Yang, the masculine, active and assertive. And of course, this is a balance. They're always flowing into each other. Nothing remains static. Go with the flow and don't resist. Life often presents paradoxes and contradictions. Instead of seeking to resolve them, embrace the richness that comes from holding opposing truths simultaneously. Contrast will always exist. This is acceptance in duality. Interesting. Okay, we're going to move right along. And I think I'm going to pull from that deck. From that the Krans alchemy deck. So Libra's getting their wings. They're taking flight. Because a new cycle is here. Okay. And the sun is here for you too. Talk about dynamic. Leadership, pioneering energy. I feel no matter what you do during this time of elevation, you will be seen by all. And you might not always want to be, but when this energy is with you, you're kind of meant to be seen. You're meant to be looked at. And just imagine something flying into the air. It's going to get attention, right? So you have this wrapping up of a cycle with the rotation. I have iron here on the bottom. Not only is that talking about like your strength, but it's talking about how magnetism. It's talking about how magnetic you are at this time. So this looks like it's wrapping up, doesn't it? Looks like it's time for a new cycle, and that's why, so this rotation is whatever has been going round and round. Yeah, okay. So separation from the cycle that keeps going round and round. And for each of you, it's going to be different, right? But we do have two birds. So we do have, in this card, we have two birds. They're both leaving with a gold ball each, right? If somebody got something from this, I think the message here is that a karmic cycle, or you could call it like a karmic debt, it's done. It's final. It's paid off, and each of you get the returns from this. No matter what our view is on who is right, who is wrong, none of that necessarily really matters when the thing has been wrapped up. It's done, right? Because, and the only reason I say that is, of course, it matters in the moment, but I'm talking about the things where there might be a debt that has been paid off from some cycle that you went through that has to do with things that you aren't conscious of or aware of in this life. And so trying to make sense of everything sometimes is a bit much, even for anybody's mind. But I'm really noticing these chords lining up. You see that? So I don't know, I'm wondering if you're going to be doing a cord cutting, maybe a cord cutting ritual, or I mean, you don't have to do one physically, you could do one visually in meditation. You could be leaving a certain area to, or separate, even, I see this in a big way, as could be separating from an old type of a way of being in life. So even separating from getting a new perspective, a Six of Swords energy can take you in a totally different direction, right? Open up possibilities. So these strings could have also been those limitations that kept us in a circle or in the trap, you know, the matrix, the one that was designed. So yeah, I just see I see freedom here when I see this separation. That's what I'm feeling from it, is freedom for you. And something really big, something really happy with the sun. I heard a line one time in a movie, and it was so simple. This person was about to jump off of a bluff, like into a lake, and he looked at her and he said, you are braver than you think. And I know it's really simple, but that's exactly, like, that line is what I'm getting from this iron. Is I'm sure you understand how strong you are, but you're also brave to take that next step too, in whatever direction this is going in. Whatever you create, I think it's going to be very powerful. With this iron, it's going to attract new people and experiences to you. I think we should get some tarot out here on this, because I want to see more about what the happiness is about. You know, what is this elevation, this freeing yourself going to be meaning for you? It's looking really good. It's looking really good. And this has been a very common theme here for a lot of signs, is wrapping up a cycle. Wrapping up a cycle. Oh, and I heard Neptune. So I don't do, like, I don't chart astrology for people. That's not my thing. I don't usually talk about it too much, but I do keep up with it. And I did hear Saturn and Neptune today. I heard something about those two having something to do with each other. And I was thinking, whoa, that's might be opening up the door for some miraculous, a period for miraculous timeline shifts and changes at this time. So limitations that we thought were always attached to Saturn, I see this Neptune energy coming in and providing spiritual, miraculous ways of getting around things, of getting around things and of wrapping up timelines and getting onto the one that you really want to be on. I'm sorry I don't have more information about that, but it's just my 2 cents when I heard Neptune and Saturn. I was like, well, that's an interesting combination for everybody. That's interesting. So tell me about this elevation. Tell me about the sun energy here for Libras that are joining us today. Four of Swords. After time of introspection, this would be a person who is focused on their own well-being, has embraced, hey, I need a time out, and therefore given it to yourself, taking a break from relationships, taking a break from habits, taking a break from certain jobs that drain you energetically, and recovering. So there's a focus here on your well-being, as the sun can symbolize energy increase and health and vitality. So I see a person that's able to get more peace in their life, especially when it comes to peace of mind. Yeah, justice. Yeah, it's justice, and this is not this is not your typical justice card. This I usually go by, you know, whatever deck I'm using. I will try to incorporate what the maker wanted me to get out of this card, and what he has specifically stated in the guidebook with this justice. And by the way, this is the Pulp Tarot, so I didn't mention that. It is Todd Alcott. He specifically says this justice that you're receiving is not going to be easy for those that did you wrong, for those that did you dirty. All together, I see 5 swords. And so those energies that made it difficult for you to complete cycles, or that were always interfering in some way, any type of drama, this is like universal law stepping in, and it's going to be like a cold, swift blow of the sword to anybody that really caused you issues or problems. Especially if you've got that divine fire. I mean, you have this like earth angel energy. And so I would think messing with you just in general would probably be a very not good idea. But this is your good karma paying off and things getting balanced. And it's your card. Both of them are your cards. There's that 5 of swords. Yeah. Well, I was counting that many. I don't think you need to worry, though. I don't think you need to worry, because if you add them up, right? If you add them up, we have 10 swords all together, which always represents the completion. So that's the energy I was talking about. I've already talked about it. They have tried to win at all costs in your life, and it seems like they're going to watch you transcend the problems that they have. These are the type of people that bring problems more on themselves. They might be trying to target somebody, and then they end up getting, there's some sort of backlash that comes out on them. Interesting, he has the 4-sided cross, or the equal-sided cross on his chest there. Is that tells me symbolically like that you are protected here, that there's protection of, the four elements, 4 directions. The devil. Yeah, the devil. Well, you see where the fire is on this justice. You see the fire that's in this devil energy. And I just see you overcoming some really difficult energies to overcome. Some have been tempted a lot in this life, and it's and I feel targeted. I definitely am a believer in, like, there is duality here, and I feel that there is influence. There are things that know what your agenda is, and they know exactly who you are. You can't hide your light spiritually. And so I feel that you could have been tempted a lot, or you could have had other energies kind of running in throughout different people, causing problems for you. But you're coming to me. This is you, this Hierophant. You're bringing in, and with the justice too, it's like you're bringing in the divine order here. You're bringing in divine order. You're stating how it's going to be and who's actually in charge. And you could be maybe like if you don't feel like you can identify in this reality as being a spiritual leader, that I think that you actually probably are in spirit, some sort of high rank in with your spirituality, because of some type of order you're here to establish in the midst of all these other energies that you've had to deal with. And it's time for the devil energy to take a timeout. So if it's linked to this pattern or this rotation, I see you separating completely, severing the ties from these energies, or them kind of not being able to touch you, because you're sitting here in this, because you've gained your wings. You're sitting here in a very spiritually, a very authoritative position. Yeah. Yeah, I'm reading that as your rank here. As your rank over these other energies too. Now you might actually identify with this spiritual leader. We're in new times, in new years. we're not back in the olden days of the Hierophant. We have new spiritual leaders and teachers, and they all don't wear fancy outfits like that anymore. It's different. So no matter what you feel you are. There's authority to what you know about divine order and spirituality. And you have many options here. Convertible is showing up with number 7. The convertible, also highway, has a highway here, but many options, free will, adjacent possibility, choices, freedom. So again, with the separation, you gain your wings, you gain your freedom. I have the tools card. When I get the tools card, I usually think these are your spiritual abilities and gifts that are given to you to help you build whatever it is that you would like to build here. So it says practical abilities, resources, you have what it takes. Getting shit done. And then here's the peace with the olive branch. You usually see this here also as the Holy Spirit. So like I said, peace is coming. There's some sort of tool. There's an upgrade, an extra tool. Something here with what you faced in the mirror. What you decided to confront, face on for yourself. It's helping. It's helping here with your freedom, with you and your wings. Fishing pole with self-reliance, extending oneself, connecting with nature, and accomplished. I look at that card as like a 9 of Pentacles for you. And I like that. Pioneer. I do have tandem bicycle, and I have to say with the Hierophant in a conventional way, the Hierophant can mean a partner coming in for like a soul contract or something like that. It would never be something like that you don't want. If I'm talking about a soul contract, it would be what your higher self wants for you. So there might be somebody here, an alliance or someone coming in to help you. Look, we have 2. Wow, we have 2, 2, 2, 2. Wow, 4 2s. So if you have felt that eclipse energy where there has been something hidden, or it was a temporary period of darkness, something is about to be revealed to you. It might have to do with this freedom, or these energies, these people that are going to be attracted to you, drawn to you, your soul group, your soul tribe, or where you're going. Is with the Pioneer card, it says destination or bust, trailblaze. It's pioneering energy, just like the sun. And then I have a timing card coming out of 1 to 3 months. So that would put it at the most, it would put it around June, right? So that's what I have for you all today. If you need a private reading, the information's in the description box below. They are pre-recorded videos for you, and you get a private link, and the information's like I said in the description box. Oh, I know what I was going to add. Just don't forget to put in the notes section what you would like to know from the reading, or you would like me to ask. And until next time, I'm sending you love and light. Bye, Libras.